and welcome once again to my YouTube channel. I've been away for a little while. Where have I been? Well, working, really, mostly, for the most part. Life gets in the way of these things. So I do apologise that, you know, for those of you who like a bit of dog shark content on a regular basis, there hasn't been any for a little while. Recently, I've put a little bit of time into switching a few things up, changing a few things around and upgrading. As you might see, my surroundings have been somewhat changed from the last time. Still the same place, but it's had a little refurb. Mostly because the wife said that it looked like a little boy's bedroom previously, so I felt I had to do something about that. I don't know if you might have noticed as well that I'm sporting a new pair of eyeballs, and I'm not wearing glasses anymore. That's because I've been in for laser surgery and I've had what's called lens replacement surgery, where they take the lenses out of your eyes, they laser holes in it, and then they pull the lenses out, and then they shove these new lenses in, and then you're like, oh my god, and it's like fucking Clockwork Orange, you know, that scene where they pin his eyes open and force him to watch violent content. What am I doing today? Well, I'm doing something I've done before. Specifically, this is kind of a reboot of something I did previously. If any of you have watched it in my previous videos, you might well have seen a video where I took a very nice Epiphone Flying V that somebody had Gibsonified. I wanted to do a bit of a Metallica tribute to that and Kirk Hammett it up a little bit, so I did that. I'll be honest with you, I flopped it on for a bit of profit because it's gone now, it's no longer with us. But I've always had it in mind to try and kind of do the upmarket version of that, really, and do something similar to an actual proper Gibson Flying V. So what did I do? I got one. Hey, look, there it is, proper one. And if you care to look closely enough, you'll see it's an actual proper Gibson Flying V. More specifically, this is a 67 reissue. Not doing a full-on Kirk Hammett tribute, I'm doing just metaling it up, making it a super fantastic heavy metal playing guitar. And it's most of the way there already. It just needs a few little touches just to get it up there. So what have we done? Well, we've got a handful of bits, and the first and most important bit really was these. Oh, it's a headset. It's a set of EMG active pickups specifically designed for James Hetfield, and if they're good enough for Papa Het, they are more than good enough for me. So we got a set of these, and let's get a little look at what you get in there. We'll do a bit of an unboxing thing, you know, slidey out the box thing. Very nice, and then there's a flippy bit, and then you're in, boom! Whoa, look at that! Look at that! I love how they lay these things out. It has that beautiful sort of opening experience where you see the things for the first time and go, OMG, look at how nice they are. So anyway, you've got the two pickups there, there's the neck and the bridge, and also comes with a little circuit board, plugging everything in. Everything's quick connect, so this should be a fairly short video, really. You've got some pots there, there's 2-tone and 2 volume pots. Now, we're going to have to do a bit of jiggery pokery, and we'll get onto that in a minute because we're not going to be doing that. The Flying V has 1 master tone and 2 volume controls, so we're going to have to adjust our wiring and configuration to match that. But there's a little bit here with some extra bits and pieces, wiring, the battery compartment and all the other little plugs. But yeah, look at them, they're lovely, aren't they? Look at them pickups, like in a black chrome sort of effect. And you get some bits and pieces, you get a James Hetfield plectrum and an EMG thing, and yeah. So that's all very nice. So that's the main part, or one of the parts. Pop that away in there. There we go. So next on the list of things to upgrade was the tuners, because I'll be honest with you, the look of Cluson tuners is quite nice, but I'll be honest, I've never been a massive fan of the Cluson tuner. You know, that's let's show you the green tuning pegs. There you go. And the sort of boxy square shaped compartment where the mechanism is, and you know, they look alright. Oops, I've just bashed my new Flying V, there you go. They look alright, but they're a bit old school, aren't they, and a bit and I'll be honest with you, the gearing ratio on them isn't brilliant, so you can't get as nice a fine tune as you would like. So what are we doing? We're sticking these bad boys on. These are Grover 18:1 Rotomatic tuners. Is it Rotomatic? I believe that's the word for them. anyway, it's them ones. So we're going to get them on it, and that's going to be really nice. Other than that, it's just odds and sods, you know, the bits that we needed to get this done. A new switch, so we can wire it all up. Some new knobs that mirror James Hetfield's early Flying V. The idea with all of this was, because the Flying V, I'll show you this again, here we go, because the Flying V has this wonderful large pick guard on it, and everything is literally mounted onto it. You've got the pickups mounted on there, you've got all the controls and the switches and all that, and the socket, the jack socket, everything is mounted on there. It would be quite simple and straightforward just to unmount the whole thing and mount something new on, and so that's what I'm going to do, because if I'm taking, you know, all the original parts out, the original pickups and all that, it'd be nice to keep them intact. So that is effectively what I'm going to do, and to that end I have this also. Boyish, new pick guard, whole new pick guard. So that's, I'm going to basically build out the entire thing on this new pick guard, and then when it comes to switching them out, just take the old one off, put the new one on, and we're done. Anyway, I'd just like to, at this juncture, give a shout out to our sponsors. This episode is brought to you in conjunction with Jägermeister. The quality of this content may degrade significantly as we progress because of said sponsor, but anyway, we'll see how we get on. So there's our original Gibson Flying V pick guard, completely intact. It's all nice and black on the back. I like that. But yeah, that can all be stashed away nice and safe, kept for if it ever wants to go back to original. Why don't we get a look at the tuners and see what's going on there? We'll get one of the old ones off and out of the way and offer up one of the new ones and see what we may or may not need to do to get these things to work together. Like I said, fingers crossed. It's going to be a pretty much like for like replacement type job. These are just going to bolt straight in, I'm so happy. Let's flip her over, see what's happening with the screw. Now, I'm told it should be a straight line up with the existing screw hole. So let's see. Oh, that's pure filth. Well, thank you very much, Gibson. That has gone straight on. No mucking around. Alright, so there's not going to be any drama there at all. That first one just went on absolute perfection. No issues whatsoever. So I'm just going to do the rest, get them done out of the way. You don't need to see that. So, yeah, I'll be back in a bit. Right, so full disclosure, it's the next day. And a bit of a snafu. All the tuning pegs went on perfectly fine. You can see them there. Beautiful, they all went on really, really nice. We got all the pick guard mounted and everything, but turns out aftermarket pick guard is completely off. None of the screw holes matched up, and so we are going to have to use the original one, which is not what I intended. I wanted to keep everything on there so I didn't have to switch everything around, but change of plans, we're going to have to reuse that. Right, so here we are, we're all done. I'll be honest with you, I had to make a few, you know, critical decisions along the way, moments of difficulty, bottlenecks, shall we say, where I had to make a decision and a compromise on what I was doing. One of those was the pickup rings. They've gone. The main reason for that was there wasn't enough between, well, there's not enough distance, can't even say, enough distance between the neck and the body, enough height difference rather, to accommodate a pickup ring. And so they had to go, so the pickups could sit even flusher with the body, which actually is kind of cool. And if you look at it, it looks neat as well, doesn't it? It looks, I think, a little bit tidier. The other compromise as well, which is quite a big one to be honest, early in the video I showed a pick guard that I'd bought. Anyway, I planned to mount everything onto the new pick guard and just bosh that straight on, but we found we couldn't do that because it was wrong. It was all wrong, it was made wrong, it was wrong holes, wrong size, wrong everything. Once I'd had it all together and started to try and offer it up to the guitar, it very quickly became apparent that it wasn't going to work. So we had to go back to the old pickguard and get everything mounted on there. But you know what? Originality is the best, isn't it? So we got the old pickguard, the original pickguard on there, and everything mounted too. We got the new knobs, the new switch and socket, and everything else. And we got this, got the new Grovers on there as well, if you can see. Yes, new Grover tuners. And wow, this thing sounds meaty. Oh, so we're playing it through our glorious Victory V40 Deluxe amplifier. Not really meant for metal, I'll be honest with you. But we're forcing it, we're driving the metal into it, whether it likes it or not, via a Wampler triple rec clone pedal. That gives us all our gain there. Oh, let's face it, this thing's all about the chug at the end of the day, isn't it? You don't put a headset in a guitar to play jazz. You play metal and you chug. Oh, and it chugs as well. Oh, anyway, without further ado, let's have a good old chug. So here we go. Boom. So anyway, thank you very much for joining me. That was a really loud clap, wasn't it? That scared me, and it kind of distracted me as well from saying what I wanted to say, which was thank you for watching. And I'm sorry it took so long to produce some new content. I've been very busy boy in between, and I promise hopefully, no, fingers crossed, you know, and all that, for it not to be too long before I can produce some quality content again for you. So thank you very much for watching. Hit the subscribe button, tell all your mates, get us watching. If you like guitars, this is the place to be. I'm Andy D and all that shiznit, and I'm rapping now like fucking Snoop D or Double G. So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down there if you haven't already. If you have, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you continue to do so. Alright, well, thank you very much. I've said that too many times now, haven't I? Thank you, bye!